All right, standing in front of 9122 3rd Way Southeast in Olympia. We're in the Hawks Prairie community. This home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,606 square feet, sitting on a 12,635 square foot lot. That's over a quarter acre. It's about maybe a third of an acre. So that's pretty good for land size. A couple issues I'm seeing already, but point that out as we go. This is an estate sale. It's sold as is in Form 17 free, which means seller disclosure is not included, which means no one is making any claims to their knowledge of the condition of this house. So the first thing I'd like to point out is how the grade is. It's going down. You can see the puddling there. Well, that's important because for drainage, and Washington gets rain. And we can kind of see how the drainage could kind of puddle up there, but it does have a sort of an incline going up toward the garage. And that's why you see the puddle in here and not up there, which is good. But this is where the puddling is happening, right here. This is where your drain is pretty much. And it's pushing it out to here. This is higher, so this is moving to here, and that's higher, so that's moving to here. So all your water is going to gather here. If it rains out really bad, it probably would reach your garage, but the garages have seals on the bottom to keep the water out, and that's something that you would have to definitely make sure was up to snuff and doing its job. So as you can see, they're not going to paint the house, but it's in definite need of paint. So once paint starts to crack or peel off on the siding of the house, that exposes the wood, and then the wood starts to rot because of the moisture and the air and the water. So you can see down there how that's kind of happening. And you can see that they went along here and they touched up some spots. It's kind of hard, but you might be able to see some white in there. Yeah, it looks like they might have touched it up at some point. But there's definitely a lot of spots that would certainly need paint on the siding. I feel like the appraiser would call that out for a VA loan. You have to kind of do whatever the appraiser says. They might not. It's always a gamble with those guys. The roof looks good in this house. Here's some more of that rotten right there. The roof does look good on this house. Matter of fact, the roof is new. That's 100% without a doubt. But the land is big. The house is a generous size. It's a nice community. Yeah, we might as well just walk around back while I got my shoes on. Well, I'll go inside, make sure, since I got the door open. Yeah, so we're up here on the deck. Just probably a nice little paint job on the deck is needed. Windows seem to be in decent condition. Yeah, we'll go inside first. All right, so we're in the home. As soon as I come in, I turn to the right, and I'm walking right into the kitchen here. Tile floor. Very open concept. Formica countertops. Look pretty decent. Electric stove. Matching microwave. Nice Samsung double door fridge. Some more counter space over there. Some closet space. Definitely ample room in here. Nice deep dish type of sink. Pressure appears to be fine. Some good skylight in here, natural lighting. And they got these old gas tube lights, fluorescent lights, whatever you want to call them. Utility room. Water heater, double strapped. Oh man, I gotta tell you, this floor is soft. And there's some corrosion down there. And so something has happened here. There was a leak. There was something. This floor is soft as soft can be. So something happened here. Doesn't mean the end of the world. It doesn't mean that it's terrible. It just means there's definitely some damage. Something happened there. All right. So this garage is very big. It's a double car garage, just the size of the garage, but you can see there's also about 6 foot on each side, maybe about 5 feet on each side, giving this garage an expanded area for sure. Yeah, they put some mirrors up here. It must be like their little gym area. There's the furnace. I'm sure it hasn't been serviced. Yeah, it looks very old, potentially original. This house was built in what, 86? So, probably at the end of its life there. I'm looking at the foundation. They got it kind of sealed with that little vinyl wraparound, but I'm just looking to see if there's any softness. Discoloration doesn't look terrible. You can tell the seal's been doing his job. There's no water damage here, so that's good. There's some cracks in the garage pavement, but that's not really a big deal. I see those in the even newer houses get those right away. I'm just checking out this foundation from the inside. I don't see anything wrong with the foundation, which is like pretty big deal. You always want to make sure your foundation's good. Of course, you got to get the inspector to check out the crawl space to get a real good idea about that. And we'll go over here to the living room. Very, very large living room for sure. This is a big living room. So they got a wraparound couch and this extra piece here, and there's still plenty of room to walk around. I got like 2 living rooms as I go into here. This is more of the master bedroom, really. You can kind of tell it's been modified in its day, but that's what this is. It looks like they have storage here, which is pretty cool. There's the master. Carpet probably needs to be replaced. It just doesn't look right. It looks too old. We got tile floor here. It's real tile, real grout. There's your walk-in closet. It's not bad. And you got your double vanity sink. Mirror, wall-size mirror. Nice lights. Cabinetry. It's all there. A little bit of unfinished work here. Check out this tub. Just kind of step right in to your tub. Got a little storage right there. Not bad. And you got your toilet and your stand-up shower right there. There's your master. Let's go this way. Room number 2. Standard room. Floor is a little flimsy. Not the worst. Just not as strong as other parts. Just primarily right here. Doesn't mean really too much. Just means something you want to check out. Our brains always go from to worst case scenario when there's an unknown. I just want you to know that now, so during the course of home shopping, you'll realize that you are just assuming the worst on everything. It's just how it is in houses. You just always assume the worst. There's a regular size room, regular closet. Probably put a full-size bedroom set in here and still have some room to kind of walk around it. I wouldn't go any bigger than that unless you could just do like a queen bed and maybe a one dresser. I wouldn't go any bigger than that for sure. Another bathroom. It's got everything it needs. Natural lighting. Pretty cool. I like natural lighting. Okay. So we saw the 3 rooms. We'll go out in the back. Deck is... So the deck is rotted, which again isn't the end of the world. Just a deck. You can paint it. You can rip the damn thing off. It would not affect the value of the house at all. Okay. So we'll go to the side of the yard. Right now seeing the side of the house. I mean, I'm looking around. It doesn't look terrible. Trying to figure out what all this is here. Oh, that dark spot on the foundation, but doesn't mean it's anything. I just would like to feel it to see if it's soft or wet. And we got some chunks missing out of the siding right there. The appraiser will definitely want to see that. Covered up and painted. And we got some chunks of the window. See, this is the problem. When you get stuff like this, and I believe, yes, when you get stuff like that, you gotta wonder where the water's going. And give you a guess. Probably right behind the siding. Doesn't mean the house is gonna fall apart. It just means you probably have to pull that panel out to see, just that panel, just to see what's behind it. If it's all full of muck, you gotta clean it up and then throw that panel back on and then fill that hole. If it's not full of muck, then you're lucky and you're good to go. I'm telling you, my cousin bought a house for 60 grand cheaper than the list price because it had a pool in it. The pool hasn't been used in 3 years, so it automatically, his mind went to the worst case scenario. Oh, there's probably gonna have to fill the pool up with concrete and level it out. Then I'm gonna have this big like concrete pad in my backyard. It's gonna cost me a lot of money to fill it. La 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 la, all these problems. And then he went in there and gave it a chance to fix it before he did all that, and it worked fine. In 3 days he had the pool up and running. So you know, not everything is going to be the worst case scenario. It's just, we always think that. Yeah, this side of the fence, I would definitely see if the neighbor would be willing to go halves with you. Based off his roof and how the condition of his house, it's probably not likely, but always want to ask first to see. They'll do that. Never just pay for the fence. And then you got your double fence here, which means you can back up an RV. That's pretty scary. So when you have like all that moss, this is your crawl space entrance. That just lets me know that this is there's probably some moisture in there, some water. I mean, that right there is not a good sign. What else we got here? A bunch of bricks piled up right there in that vent area. I'm just wondering why. Something an inspector would be able to tell you, you know. But small things, nothing too big. We just got to understand that the seller is not going to pay for anything or do anything like that. So anything that you were to take on in this house would be out of your own pocket. So yeah, that's the house. I'll upload it and let you know.